Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Why an all-time high can happen imminently today. I predicted last night about the PPI and the CPI this morning. Told you it'd be down. Told you it would be red. I was wearing a red jacket. And then I told you this morning that it could pop from here. And it has. And it's about to get a lot more. FOMO is about to kick in. CNBC, people fighting and arguing live on air because those that were bearish are getting completely crushed. Trump deals today being done. China move. I have a news item for you. FOMO, fear of missing out. As we approach the all-time high from the S&P 500, it'll pop like a bloody great bubble. Bears are tired of telling everybody it's doom and gloom and you can't make any money. They're just getting crushed. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Tax? The Senate? What about stimulus checks? Everyone gets to buy the market with FOMO at the same time. Remember COVID? That's what drove COVID, was the stimulus checks. Bitcoin, 150,001. Are we about to explode? Yes, again, I believe we are. We've already had a face-ripping rally, but now we push to all-time highs on the day we have a Virgin Galactic earnings and space is back in the news. The green light is glowing. The gold jacket is on. And if you followed the show, you know what comes next. Get ready. The face-ripping rally continues to all-time highs. We're only a couple of percent away. And once we touch it, we blow straight through it. Should we? Should it actually happen? Is it right? Does the market really value the positions this high? Should it go through? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on valuation as we approach an all-time high. It's called FOMO. People just don't care. We've seen inflation come down. The Fed are about to cut rates. We had our stresses and our strains. We had all over the place. We had Trump blow the markets all over the place. Trade wars are done. And I've got some great news. Is the Fed about to turn the money printer on? Is XRP about to push to an all-time high? The answer is yes, it is. XRP is about to push to an all-time high, as is Bitcoin. We're ready. We are really ready. Are you ready? Are you excited for the new digital gold? The days of the OK Corral and mining for gold and trying to find money in the floor and the dirt and scrambling around is over. The carousel has stopped turning. The nonsense we all called Binky Bonk and Fartcoin is about to come to an end as we move into a whole new era. All of this stuff, read today, doing nothing. Most of it will be gone soon because it doesn't belong in the new world, the crypto world. Even though it's crypto, it's about who uses it. The banks, the governments, the SEC regulating it, being bullish. As the market pushes through an all-time high, so will our favorite crypto. It's already beginning as I go on air, as it always does. XRP. Tonight we'll cover the earnings for Virgin Galactic. It's very, very exciting day. I told you I made the predictions last night of what was going to happen. I told you what numbers would be included in the CPI and PPI. I was right again. I told you what would happen. I got up this morning, put a red jacket on before the show started, saying it would be down, and it was. And then telling you where it would go next, and it did. Why I'm wearing a gold jacket. So let me talk about the news and invite you all to take part. We're about to head to an all-time high. It could happen any moment now. Please smash the like button. You want everybody to hear about this story today, so please do smash the like button right now. I'm only going to be here for 5 minutes. Also, consider subscribing as well. We've just done another amazing day today. I'll share with you on the screen what we've been able to do today. Look at this. 81,025 just keeps on rolling around. We're heading now to 100,000 subscribers. What a glorious day. And most of this stuff is a load of rubbish. But what we're concerned about is what the banks care about, the governments care about, the industry, the hedge funds, the Wall Street managers, the pension funds, the ETFs. That's where the money is, as we always said. And you're about to hit an all-time high. It could come today. Now, you might like to take part in this as I bring you all the news. I've just got a poll running here on my X account. There's the link in my chat. There is the link for you. Here is the X post. Why all-time highs today? Well, because we've got CNBC and Bloomberg contributors arguing live on air because they're getting crushed. There's those who believe it's about to pop, like me, and there's those that are shorting the market who just don't find the value in it, don't see where we're going, and they're about to lose all their money. It makes me laugh, actually. These are our experts. Well, they're not my experts. You don't need an expert. I was talking to somebody yesterday who pays lots of money to a stockbroking management company to essentially tell him to buy the S&P 500 in many, many shares. It's pointless. There are many of these people out there that charge you money to tell you rubbish. You don't need to do it. And remember, as Warren Buffett famously said yesterday, last week on his last ever presentation, he said nobody will ever tell you to buy the S&P as advice. Why? Because they can't make any money on it. And that tells you it's the right thing to do. The things that where people tell you can make money on something and they make money out of it, it's very rarely the case. It's why I go live all day, every day, rather than making silly videos to try and hopefully make money on ad revenue. I go live to provide the service directly to you in a live format rather than trying to sell the news, because I believe in what I'm saying. I'm not just trying to make money out of nonsense. So go and vote on this poll. Once again, there is the link. Why all-time high today? Yes, all-time high. You believe it's imminent, or no chance? People are starting to vote on that. You might also like to vote on our official one, which ranks on Google and YouTube. This one here on the community page. I'll give you the link for it on YouTube. Here it comes. You'll also find this on the homepage of the channel. There it is in the chat. The question I ask you is, is an all-time high imminent? Let's refresh the screen. It's 0 at the moment. No one has voted. You've had about 10 seconds of me telling you it's there. 10 seconds. I've had 24 votes in 10 seconds. That's not bad, is it? This ranks on Google as well as YouTube. Yes, all-time high is imminent. 92% of you say that. By the end of this, I will see if we've got more votes and increased. It is 100% imminent. It could happen as early as today. Let me bring you the news and give you more information. When you hear people on CNBC and Bloomberg arguing and really getting stressed, and people are betting against the market, that's when you know they're about to lose all their money. Got a deal here about China. China lifts curbs on export of rare earth minerals to the US. This only broke a few hours ago. This is the latest news story. If you want my latest news, Seeking Alpha and Alpha Spread. I pay a premium service so you can get the referral, so you can get the free trial and the discounts. The link is in the chat and also below. Strongly recommend, if you are a serious investor, you know before the news is out, like I do. China has lifted its export restrictions on rare earth elements and other goods and technologies for military use, targeting 28 US entities. The suspension of export controls took place on Wednesday this is Wednesday morning and will last for 90 days, according to China's Ministry of Commerce. The move is a part of the broader agreement between the two countries to ease trade tensions, which also includes a significant mutual tariff reductions. China has imposed strict export bans on 7 types of rare earths to 16 US entities on April 14, later expanding the list of 28 entities. These restrictions were a countermeasure to the US tariff hikes. Meanwhile, China will also remove a ban on trade and investment against 17 US companies as part of the deal with the US. This is great. Wonderful stuff. This is just the beginning. That's story number 1. Story number 2. Trump asks Apple to stop moving iPhone manufacturing to India. I will tell you that's not going to happen. Tim Cook is not listening, and we don't want them to. What will happen with Apple, and I will make a prediction, is they will bring out new products and services which can be serviced and manufactured in the United States. That would make sense. But iPhones, no. Trump would like to pick up and hold above his head a US-made iPhone, I'm sure. However, that is not the way forward. People need the margins to be high in Apple products. Apple leads the S&P 500. We don't want that to change. On the back of this story, Apple supplier Foxconn receives approval to build fabrication in India. This is going forward. Trump is not going to win this one, and we don't want him to, for the stock market and Apple benefit leading the S&P 500. So, welcome everybody. I'm about to end this stream. It's only a very quick one. I wanted to tell you that the S&P 500 is about to break an all-time high, as will XRP and Bitcoin at the same time. So get ready for that. Let me bring you now these headlines again. So Trump deals. Trump deal is doing deals around the world now, which will push forward the US economy. The China move. I just spoke to you about the China move, what they're doing. They're easing their tariffs against the United States, a major catalyst. FOMO, as we approach, and we are there right now, as we approach the all-time high of the S&P, the bears are tired and fed up. We want a new all-time high. It's what happens. It's the way the mechanics of the system work. It will push through. And FOMO will kick in at that point, thinking that we've got a 5 to 10% rally. Of course, it will trim back. You don't want to be buying now. You want to have bought, when I did, 25% lower, and now enjoying the FOMO. It protects your position. Maybe trim, do some tax lots. I'm not doing that. I'm holding all my positions. The bears are tired, and the tax deal will go through, and when it does, it'll be a major catalyst again. And Bitcoin, I made this silly prediction of Bitcoin 150,001 to make the point. I just want to be like, the price is right, and go $1 more than everybody else just so I'm right. It's a silly little joke of mine because no one knows exactly. And by the way, I mean, who the hell cares anyway? The point is, it's going up to all-time highs. So there you go. Now, what comes next? What do? There's XRP ready to break out. There's my portfolio, 100% in the S&P, about to break out and hit all-time highs. Remember, folks, I started with $5,000. I've now got $408,000 invested. And all I started with was $5,000. $408,000. No options, no shorts, no crypto, just buying with conviction, buying like Buffett when the positions are ready to buy. And that's it. Talking of buying like Buffett, you will see underneath the video, martynlucasshop.com, a little link, and you can go directly to our shop and you can see our Buy Like Buffett t-shirt. Lots of people are buying these now, quite proud to wear them, taking photographs, sending them in. I love it. Buy Like Buffett. It is something quite special. I think you'd agree. And it's a bit of fun, this. And you can also see our XRP merchandise there as well. Don't forget to bundle. That way you'll get the best deals. All right. So what comes next? Well, I tell you what comes next, and you don't want to miss this. Before I give you the result on of the poll, this is what comes after hours tonight. This live stream will take you directly there, and I'll give you the links at the end, and it's also pinned to the bottom. This is going to be an explosive night for Virgin Galactic. This is the Virgin Galactic event tonight. You might want to join us for this. I think it's going to be very, very enlightening, especially on a day of potentially hitting all-time highs. Virgin Galactic, $100. There it is. We'll cover the earnings live debate at the end. It's bound to be a big, big event, and we're very, very excited. That space is back now in the spotlight again with all EV tolls. We talked about it this morning with Archer now taking its seat, providing the crafts for the delivery of the athletes in the Olympics, Los Angeles 28. Absolutely amazing. What an amazing, amazing, amazing thing that's going to be. Anyway, so there we go. That's what's coming up today. Virgin Galactic after hours. All right. Do we have any comments and questions from our members? I will quickly switch to comments. So I will do 10 comments from our members. Here we go. 10 comments from our members. Let me switch over to members only mode, and I'll be able to answer all of our members' questions. Let me just do that now. Okay, we're members only. If you have a question, a comment, something you want shared on the screen, something you want to ask me, please feel free to repeat your comment and question right now. I will answer it right now. So please repeat it if you'd like to do so. All right, I'm just waiting. While I wait, I'll give you a final rundown of our poll, at least as much as I am on air. 24 votes, 92% of you say yes, imminent all-time high. You're absolutely correct. This is always accurate. We call it the Lucas Archie, like the Fibonacci. It's always accurate, this one. Let me refresh it. 24 votes, 92%. It is now 47 votes and 91%. Hardly moved at all, but the votes have doubled, and it's still above 90% that an all-time high is imminent. And an all-time high will mean an all-time high on the S&P, the broader market, and XRP. And if that happens at the same time as we have the Virgin Galactic earnings, expect our short squeeze to absolutely explode tonight on the earnings. So our first comment is Moon. Prediction for the S&P 500 all-time high, Martin. I don't understand the question. I've just done it. I've just told you it's going to go for an all-time high as early as today. So what do you mean, my prediction? The price I think it's going to? Well, an all-time high is the all-time high. We know what price that is. It's a couple of percent above where it is now. How high will it go through then? I don't know. On average, it does 10% a year. We know it's going to be up 10% this year anyway. I made that prediction in January. I've made it now all the way through the year. That hasn't changed. That's not going to change. I told you it would be a 10% this year. If you bought the bottom like I did, it's a 35% year if you bought the bottom of the Liberation Day crash. But it's a 10% year, which will be 10% up from the beginning of the year, which you can work out for yourself. It's about $50 up from where it was on VU, if you're buying the ETF of VU. Why do you see the market booming? Well, the reason why I see it booming is many, many reasons. It's all to do with PPI. That came in great today. CPI was great as well. I said it would do. I explained how tariffs are transitory. I explained about what was happening with the tariffs and China and so on and so forth. I'm also looking at the earnings. I've got a prediction of 140 for Nvidia on their earnings. We'll cover that live. 100% that's going to happen. I was right all the other times. I won't be wrong this time. The markets know it as well. The people on CNBC were rowing and arguing today is because they knew it, but they tried to get greedy for their clients. Remember, the hedge fund managers and the fund managers are trying to outperform the market. So they have have to push it a little bit, but they've also got restrictions with their clients, and they don't tell the truth. They never tell the truth. It's all manipulation, okay? So it's as clear as day to me that the stock market is going to an all-time high. Should you be buying? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like to see huge gains in my portfolio. As you can see over the week, I'm up 8%, nearly 13 grand over the month now. I'm actually up $65,000. It's because we've just risen past the dip. You see the dip is at the bottom there. It's actually 65. You'll see that in a couple of days. $65,000. I told you it would be a $60,000 face ripping rally. It'll actually be more than that time we finish, but it's 65 already from the trough to the peak, and we're about to go into an all-time high, and that chart is about to drop into that trough there, which was just a few weeks ago. So yeah, it's been a $65,000. I told you a $60,000. So there we go. I've got no doubt about it that a face ripping rally has already been done, and there's more to do. It will be a 10% year, 100%. And we're all good. If I only had a few shares of the S&P, is it smart to wait to buy more or continue to buy? It depends on your position. Chris Fulton, you'd have to call in and ask me. I need to understand the specifics of your account, your portfolio, your balance. It's too easy, and people on CNBC do it every day. They say you should be buying the S&P 500 right now because they're there to sell stories. I'm here to help you. And if I told you that, you'd probably go out and do it. And it might be right for you, it might not. I don't have enough information, so I'm not going to say that. If you want to call in on one of my live phone-ins, I'll help you that way. Standing on the moon, XRP is Godzilla. That's absolutely right, Charles. There's our very own hashtag we made up a few days ago to replace going to the moon. It is standing on the moon. Martyn, I'm up 16% in VU. S&P and another 10% will be great by the end of the year. You're up 16% if you bought from the dip. If you bought at the beginning of the year or before that, you've only got 10% from the beginning of the year to the end. If you bought the dip, you've got a 35%. So what is the time frame during which it's going to go to an all-time high? Imminently. It could happen today, tomorrow. It's imminent. It's absolutely imminent, in my opinion. And once it hits the all-time high, it'll push through another 5%. Hope you're right about all-time highs, but I think we are still got some. We've still got some time. Retail, hedge funds, and ETFs come, but I hope you're right, buddy. We will be happy. Appreciate that. You're very welcome. Why do you say XRP is going to all-time highs? Because of everything I've just reported to you from the SEC a couple of days ago. A couple of days ago, I reported from the SEC and showed you a very, very important statement that they were all extremely bullish. If you've not yet seen that, go and check out the video. A couple of days ago, I did the SEC news for you. Gave you all those quotes, all those viral short videos, which are exploding on the channel about what the Kimberly Templeton, not Kim, what's the name? I can't remember now. Anyway, all of those SEC members on the board were saying that's why we know XRP is about to take off, and the S&P is going to go through all-time high, so all crypto will go with it. All the binky bonks and the fart coins will all probably disappear, because at some point everybody will get rid of that to own the real stuff. Why do you say? I think I just answered that. Martyn, what is your prediction on VGT by the end of this year? Sorry, I don't know. I've never reviewed VGT. I don't even know what it is. Thank you for your answer. You are very welcome. Appreciate that enormously. All right, okay, it's time to rock and roll. Time to get out of here. This is the big event where we're going to now. You don't want to miss this, because this is very, very important to happen on a Thursday. For those of you who don't know why, Thursday is always a very, very specific day for Virgin Galactic. It's a day when the stock moves, and on a day when we're getting space and we'll get innovative stocks, new stocks like Archer tonight being on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they've got the Olympics deal. On a night of aerospace doing well, Virgin Galactic could absolutely explode tonight on the all-time high. So you want to be live with me during this, because during the earnings call of Virgin Galactic, we'll be watching Archer Aviation and we'll be watching the S&P 500. It could all explode tonight. And how lucky as Virgin Galactic, their timing couldn't have been better. Of course, it wasn't their management, nothing to do with it. It's just good luck for them today. So, has everyone tapped the like button? No, this is absolutely rubbish. So before I go, we need to promote this. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother. If you don't want to like the video, that's entirely up to you. Very lazy today. You're very lazy. What's going on? This is a major story for XRP, breaking all-time highs, and we've got a measly 67 likes. Everyone's half asleep. Shall I wake you all up, or should I ask you to do it yourselves? I'll ask you to do it yourselves this time because I've got to get ready for the Virgin Galactic earnings. Kent Paranormal is saying, what time's the earnings? Why do you ask me that? Why do you ask me that when it tells you on the stream itself? Here is the answer. Rather than me tell you, let me tell you how it works. If you go to the live video, we're going there now, it'll tell you in your time zone, in your country, in how many minutes it is, right there. You can see it right there. That is the Virgin Galactic earnings, and that's where we're going right now. So join me for that. Have a wonderful evening. XRP is about to short squeeze. The S&P is about to break an all-time high. XRP is about to break an all-time high. Same story, same predictions, nothing changes. I'm consistent. I keep delivering the same stories. Nothing changes, and we just keep winning. All right, join me, don't join me, it's entirely up to you. Smash the like button, consider subscribing, and thank you very much indeed. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. It's also pinned to the comments. In a few minutes when this video comes out, there'll be a link here. As I'm making it, there's not, but there will be by the time you see it as a video. There will be the link here for Virgin Galactic, the earnings after hours, when we cover Virgin Galactic and the S&P and XRP live. Expect a breakout, and down here we shall see. I shall put something else that's best suited to you. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you back for the Virgin Galactic earnings in exactly 113 minutes. You can't miss it. This is what comes next. Take care of yourselves and each other.